Your home is visited, so we get this again because we got bad luck. So we get poison. You can see that we get a decrease to max faith, sanity, health, gathering, crafting, and movement points. Yay! But we get experience and such. Leopold's map leads you to an abandoned house. This is where the Dola, who may give you an invite to the curve game, is supposed to dwell. Go in carefully. You enter the house, and all you find is a black cat staring at you. Oh, another black cat. We could just kill it. But black cats are notoriously bad omens, so best to stay cautious, but leave it be. You show me restraint, even though you clearly mistrust my form. So I will speak to you. Why do you seek me out? Well, we'll tell her of the skak and the curve game. Ah, that's silliness. Yes, I do know of it, but why should I aid you or that notorious friend of mine who should not have participated in the first place? House demons playing cruel tricks for fun and gambling? The shame. Oh, child. So we're gonna have our child look at her with those large sad eyes. Playing such nasty tricks on children? I will not stand idly by, my dear. I shall aid you, because someone should go and sort those fools out. So how can she get us in? I'll briefly grant you my ability to shift form. This way the demons will think you're one of my kind. So all you need is this invitation. She hands you a bloody human tooth. It will show you an entrance when the time for another game comes. And my enchantment will work when it needs to. No sooner. So let's thank her and leave. Okay, so here, we've talked about research in the past. Here I can move. Oh, let's go and wait till next turn. Oh, and you were sent by Leopold, yes? Say, maybe I pay you, and you kill that inane twat. We both happy, eh? No. Oh, come on, pretty please. He's such a nuisance. No. Now, there are a couple of options with this one. You can actually make it so that you meet him halfway. You punish Leopold. Leopold bothers this guy to no end. And so that's why he wants him dead. But the problem is that whatever you do, when you come back for a reward, there's a chance that it can curse you, and there's a chance that he can give you bonuses. So I say no. Alright, so we talked about research. We get terrain artifacts. We have the ability to harvest them. And you can see they take quite a bit. And we'll only get one. Once we harvest them, it'll add to what we can research. And we'll get a very large bonus. And it will always be replaced with a tier-appropriate resource that we can gather. So we're actually going to stick to there. And we're going to stick there and just stick around for 7 turns. So here we have our warrior. Get another wisdom upgrade. Do we really want that? That would make the wisdom... Yeah, let's go ahead. You sit down to rest by a tall tree and notice the stork stands proudly on its top. The bird's beak is lowered and you see that its feathers are ruffled. And rather than ignoring the birds, let's take a closer look. You climb up the tree carefully so as not to spook the stork and investigate. The bird's foot is caught in a metal trap, and this trap is now tangled in the branch of the tree. So another thing I want to point out is in these events, you can receive solid color ones where you're going to take damage based on what you do. And then these kind of faded ones, these are really no risk ones, so feel free to try them. We have a lot of this, so nature or intellect. This is going to go along with our deity nature domain. So call upon our domain to help calm the bird, then try to help. And I'll kind of show you how this works. So they put that down, and you'll notice that my abilities are not the same. I have abilities that are really more designed for this. Let's see, single target attack. This has a very low delay, and I kind of like that, but I don't know what. Let's see. I'm gonna have our healer start us out. And I'm honestly considering just doing our healer. Actually, go ahead and defend with our hunter. Then end our turn. Now, here we have Headbutt. I'm going to go ahead and add her. And I'm just looking at the other options we have. We're just going to end our turn. If this had been faith-based, then we could use our Ghostly Axe ability. We're going to do that. You have a fair bit of health, so... Whoops. I'll go ahead and stick you up front. You can see each of these things are going to just do 4 damage to us. We shouldn't really have any issue at all with this. We only have 1 point left, and I'm not going to put her out front. We're going to resolve this battle, or this early intelligence check. So the throwing dagger, we have the benefit of targeting whoever we want. It's going to do 4 damage. I'm going to go ahead and confirm that target. Then, yeah. That's the target with the most HP. You see we had 2 shielding in this battle. Let's see, resolve the throwing. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's target this. Okay. Next, we're going to completely obliterate this brain. If these did more damage, I would take out one of these. Actually, you know what? This is going to do 8 damage total, but... Okay. It's the only valid target. We're going to go ahead and select that. We have our headbutt. Okay, so here, because there's no longer a front row, we can do that. We're going to take this out so that it doesn't get multiple turns. And you saw we got bonus damage because it wasn't at full health. So, I'm pretty confident we can just go through that. And you'll see we get blessings. Blessings are temporary. It increases our wisdom and intelligence in this case because it's a mental blessing. You free the stork, and although its foot is still hurt, at least it's free from the trap. The majestic bird circles over you 3 times, changes direction, and makes another 3 turns. You feel a stork blessing is bestowed upon your kin. Alright. We'll rejoice. Then we were blessed further with a physical blessing, and we got our rewards. Okay, our healer leveled up. I'm actually going to increase wisdom. Wisdom should be stronger with her. So we get a fight. We'll go ahead and auto-resolve because it's a great thing. And if you don't like the results of your auto-resolve, you can always choose to do it manually. See, there we had a perfect. It just makes the game go by further. Oh no, I should have read that to you. Fortunately, there's a log. You spot the spider's nest nearby. It looks very busy, and you think you saw creatures carrying large cocoons inside. You destroy the nest inside it, and you find less fortunate folk wrapped up in cocoons. It's unlikely any of them are still alive, but it's worth checking. So we get food and bones, and then we get monster bones and more food. Now, I do know that this event will yield different things depending on a variety of things you may have already done. We haven't done them, so... we got just the very basic. Crafting is 25% faster in the autumn. We have this, and we now see that this has dark wood. And ooh, I love dark wood. We only have 13 days of fuel left. Let's actually... I do love dark wood. Because it can be used for the boat. It can be used for a variety of things. Let's go ahead and get this. Now, normally I would say don't burn the dark wood, but since we're going to be getting some every 2 turns, I'm okay with it. Okay, so unfortunately, we didn't get the witch choice available, and it is somewhat random from what I've gathered. So since we didn't want her to become a warrior, and we still need a crafter, I'm going to make her a crafter. But if we didn't have, or if we already had the crafter, she would absolutely go chance and probably become a demon or a scoundrel. Okay, so child of youth no more. Today they join the proud profession of craftsmanship. And over here you see master craftsman. This is a different skill than crafting. Had I given her crafting alongside that, she would have both skills and an amazing bonus. As it is, she has a very decent bonus and would be a grand recipient of this art or item that we've still been working with. And I really like the artwork of these. You see that she's a crafter. In this case, she had they give her the image of a bread seller, but they can give her any number of images. So we are going to probably have her start cooking. And in this, because we're getting meat and berries, we're going to do meat and berries. And it's going to give us Relata. Let's see, that's her. So we're going to gather less meat. Thank you, dog, for your jingles. And you can see what we're actually going to be doing is making 3 of these servings per day. So that's going to be really good. In fact, because we have so many berries, I'm going to just focus on meat. Oh, we got a new kid from the Cabbage Patch, and this will happen. Now, interesting to note, if we had, and I know that they've changed, I don't think I've had a half-breed since the expansion came out, but at least before the expansion, if you had, say, an orc, a goblin, an elf, a dwarf, as one parent, and then human as the other, the child had a chance to become the trait of their parent. Now, I know that they've changed some things with that, so maybe we'll see that. We'll have to really wait and see. So we just made 36 of these Relatas. That's really good. We're still gathering 7 wood. And some more meat. So now that we have quite a bit of variety, and now we have the dark wood, we have the malachite, and we have the granite, let's take a look and reassess what we want. Bows, in order to use wood as a resource, we would need to upgrade it all the way to level 3, and then we would be permitted to use wood as a resource. We don't really want wands. Javelins, if we upgraded it just twice, we could make them purely out of the granite, and that would be acceptable. So I don't think our hunter's getting upgraded this time. Let's take a look at this. We can use wood and gems for light armor. We can use bone and woods for medium, and then stone and gems. So we talked about doing that. We're going to go ahead and end our turn. We're still surviving. Let's go ahead and craft. Now, you'll see that what we can craft is not marked by an X, but what we can't is. So we cannot craft the other ring. We cannot craft medium armor. This time we just don't have enough resources to do that. But what we can craft, and what we are going to craft first, is the crafting tools. So I'm just going to take a look. I think I'm going to go for the flat bonus right now of 3.9, or what happens if I switch this up? Turns into 3.6, so we'll want granite definitely for our secondary material. And 3.4, we're going to use granite for both the material. Now this is going to be heavy. It's going to weigh 140 pounds, and we have to take into account each character can only equip so much. Oh, I did not mean to go into design mode. Let's turn that off. What would it weigh if we did that? That would only weigh 72. Oh. Let's try this. And that would only weigh 94. So for the reduction that we're getting, and only 26 if we just make it purely out of gems. For the reduction that we're getting, I think this is not too bad. And so we have enough food. Let's go ahead and make sure our kid gets on harvesting those berries. And go back to crafting. And what this, unlike food, is going to only craft one. We could have it craft infinite. It's only going to craft one. We see that there's a 4% chance to create a masterwork item, increase stats, and an 8% to create trash. What we're going to want to do next is I'm going to take a look at crafting a dark wood gathering. Now this is going to weigh 75. And I'm choosing to call it pounds, but of course that's probably not what it is, given a couple of things. And this will give me a 3.9. We'll see a similar decrease, 56 and 26, but 3. A full point though of gathering can really help out, especially since I'm gonna want to do this to increase our group carry multiplier and just increase our gathering in general. So we're going to craft that. And what's going to happen is after 5 turns, she's going to go there and go directly to that. From there, I think, you know, having just a 9-point increase would be great. I think we're going to take a look at this. A 37-point increase. Now, this is going to be harder to craft, but had we upgraded this more, we would be able to really start with elemental armor. It would be an 18 multi-shield, which is great. Increased faith. Had we gone triple, I don't think we'd be able to with the current goods we're doing, but if we did somehow, you can see that the bonuses dilute even further, but we'd get our movement increased as well. Right now, though, I'm pretty happy with a 37 increase. So going to go bloop, 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 and we're going to continue gathering that dark wood.
Shaken in your sleep, you wake to find yourself fallen from a hammock onto dry, brittle soil.
What hammock? We look around.
Dazed and displaced, your eyes glaze over a land steeped in dark shadows. There is no hammock, no sign of your camp, but there is a dim light flickering ahead.
Alright, so I say that we follow it. Sorry, I'm pouring myself some water from my pitcher.
You walk towards the light, and with every step, the shadows part beneath your feet and a path is revealed.
Alright. So, we could walk it or avoid the path and try to find our own way. I'm going to do that.
You walk away, try to wake, but nothing works. Eventually, the path leads you to a lone island upon a sea of white sand. The island is small enough to hold only one tiny tree sapling, barely grown from the evergreen soil beneath its long silver roots.
Let's approach
6
it.
stones lie before you, floating in the air. One is smooth and black, with a single rune glowing on it. One is rough, uncut, woven with green vine. One is made of red ruby and shaped into a heart. One is square and seems to have rows of words written upon it. One is sharp, hot and red with blood. One is made of glass that reflects a single ray of sunlight, even here. You know each stone speaks to the divine domains, and you know approaching them will guide you to your deity.
So of course we choose nature and harmony for Dzievanna.
You smell freshness of the wild forest, and sense the watchful eye of the huntress upon you. So you are my chosen.
Let's confirm it. We've always felt we were made for something more.
Yes, good. You heard the call of the wild, and answered even before knowing it was my voice calling. Now you must be my arrow amongst the lands of the living.
Okay, we accept the calling.
It is not for everyone. You must stand in defense of nature in all its diversity, be it the beauty of the green world or the terror of her wrath. Balance is your calling. You must be my bearer, for the land will soon shatter into oblivion.
Ooh, we should probably ask for more
You
information.
hear the voice of your god shift, as if they now spoke as all the gods together.
This is the sacred cosmic tree, our divine power and unpurged. It holds darkness at bay, you see. The crown holds the dark skies where they should be. And while the dark lingers yet in our land, it is no longer all-devouring. And yet, the tree stands in peril once more. But more so, we all stand in despair.
Alright, so, why do you even need a
The
chosen?
gods fight with forces beyond your reach or understanding. But I believe the real fight awaits below, with you. Marked by the Pantheon, you and those who will join you will find the truth that is clouded from our divine sight.
Interesting. So the Pantheon cannot view all. Let's continue listening.
For the cosmic tree fell to danger, and so did our divine bearers Smokosh and Heron, and our eldest siblings, Morena and Veles. The four disappeared, and for a time the earth ceased to break. They also shielded the tree, but this has its own side effects. The tree is protected, but this protection takes strength from us directly, so we cannot give our full strength to our children. Once again, it is up to mortals and their allies to restore Thea. Marked by the Pantheon, you and those who will join you will find the truth that is clouded from our divine sight.
So, what danger?
The voice of all gods speaks to you with sadness.
It is something old, something hidden, something that beckons me to its grasp. Fires burn ever brighter, the sun grows stronger, and yet it feels wrong. Our time here grows short. I know not what path you need to take, but I will guide your steps as you will guide my sight. Go, live, grow, but do not forget your purpose.
So, we could kneel in acceptance, nod defiantly, and ask what of the other deities, the other chosen, you feel here with you. Let's do that.
One voice speaks to you today, but all divine eyes are on you, chosen. All of you who listen today are marked and watched by their divine guardians. The cosmic pantheon has many voices, but we are all one, lest we are all gone.
So, on the one hand, nature is defiant, but on the other hand, harmony would accept this, and I kinda don't know what I'm leading towards. Let's go ahead and kneel in acceptance.
You will find signs. You will see the wrongs of this land. In time, your true purpose will become clear to you. Be well, our children.
Okay, so let's go and wake up. We get our rewards. Oh, so that is some world building. We also forgot about the food that we're supposedly making. Food will still stick around in this task until we leave camp or dismiss the task. And since our crafter is busy making the malachite crafting tool, we are going to not be able to fulfill that. And it will let us know. So a pack of beasts approaches, just a couple of giant spiders, nothing too bad. The enemies will get harder as time goes on. The bloody tooth vibrates in your pocket, and you know the invitation to the curve game is active. Soon you see a portal, and through it a tavern. Wait for the Dola to appear and change you into a demon. The Dola appears. So, ready to face those rascals? Please teach them a lesson. Here the enchantment will work for some time, but try not to stay too long. You don't feel any different, but she swears they will see you as demons. Let's go into the tavern. You enter the black room, the back room of an ordinary human tavern, but within you find an unusual crowd. A hocklick, a pinecanet, A Shkak and a Tooth Fairy all sit around a table, hunched over bowls filled with water. Their dice are on the table and an odd scoreboard behind. So here we have curve count. The Pinecone has 2, the Shkak has 4, the Tooth Fairy has 8 and is in the clear lead, and the Hocklick has only 6. Alright, let's see. The Tooth Fairy beckons to you. Don't know you, but you got the tooth, so in you come. Grab a chair and a bowl and we'll deal you in. Let's see, we can sit down, we can just attack them, which I admit I've never done. I don't know how that would go over, but I don't think well. It could. And sit down and say you want to play the game. No nonsense, just the game. Whatever it is. And I always choose that now. Yeah. Other things can happen. The Tooth Fairy speaks. So, as a reminder, the more curves and other permitted profanities your man yells, the more points you get. Simple, really. Roll your dice. Figure out the best ways to annoy your mortal and have fun. So, we could use our people skills here to read the others, bluff, and call their bluffs too. Attack this bunch and be done with it. Try to play fair and think of ways to make that mortal swear. A Shkak is offering his help. Listen, I'm just going to go straight for try to play fair. So, we have to play fair against the Forest Fairy, which is the Tooth Fairy, and the Hocklick. And this is going to be super easy. Not. So, victory with serious injuries. We could resolve it manually, but I'm going to go ahead and accept this outcome. Here you see we've taken a lot of sanity damage. So, you surprise even yourself as you make the mortal swear like a sailor with your nasty tricks. The other demons are miffed, but admit your dominance. The Tooth Fairy looks angry, but asks, so a newbie wins. Beginner's luck, to be sure. Here, a reward, and you can name a dozen mortals and demons exempt from the game for 3 years, as per the rules. Now, had we agreed to do certain things, we could have other options, but we didn't. So we're going to name our people and Leopold, the Shkak who warned us of this. Alright, deal sealed. See you around, preferably not at the table. I ain't playing with you no more. And so we got our wooden scroll, and you can see it gives us a beneficial ability, and then Random Blast. Random Blast, depending on a couple of things, I prefer it from the book where it can damage 2 enemies, is really great. It works in multiple challenges, and if you have a high enough mysticism, it is amazing. Say your goodbyes to the player. Just as you leave, you find a friendly Shkak. Perhaps some cousin of Leopold has joined. I like this. It's a gathering increase, and because it is a companion, not an equipment, it has no penalty to wait, so even children can benefit from it. Great. Leave.